Vacation, all I ever wanted. Vacation, just had to get away.
Females especially I feel, have to have some sort of respect for their body. I think it's a disgrace that they throw it around like it's nothing.
Hey everybody, it's the Tone Priest here, coming back at you. And we're looking at a Gibson GA-20. Let's take a look out here. Yeah, look at this beautiful piece of vintage goodness. Taking a little break from the Sound Electronics Corp Model X305R. We're putting that on the back burner, but we still get, you know, horrible sound. Tone Priest is on vacation this week. And get those Pringles out of here. Jesus.
I'm Mr. Pringle, and I have a big surprise for you.
I'm gonna make a movie. Put that there. I had already penciled this project in for my week of vacation here. A little background. The Tone Priest wasn't always a saint.
Man, I got these cheeseburgers, man.
I don't want any cheeseburgers.
Please, man. I suck your dick.
And things have changed since the Tone Priest's wayward days, and he's feeling very blessed, and he'd like to, you know, maybe share with some other people that could use a hand. The Tone Priest benefited from the kindness of strangers throughout his life, and that, you know, probably saved his life. So, you know, I've just been really blessed lately, and I have the opportunity to, I think, help out someone else. So I'll have more details once that's hashed out. I'll probably make a separate video about all that aspect of this project. But what we want to do here is service this amp, get it back up and running to like new status.
Adjustable cantilever shelves from White Westinghouse, and finally, a new car!
Like she was fresh from the factory, and we're going to donate it for a very, very good cause. So more to come on that. So anyway, we have a Gibson GA-20RVT. Unlike the Sound Electronics Corp project that's on the back burner, we actually have a schematic.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Oh yeah, a Gibson schematic. But yeah. Apparently the Tone Priest is into torturing himself.
Dona eis requiem.
But whatever, we'll get through it, make it work. Yeah, if we can't make it work, we'll pick something else out and we'll donate that one. We'll find one. But so she's a little dirty. I already cleaned up the cab a little bit, and you'll see that as the project progresses. But inside looks pretty clean. The outside, yeah, it's got about, you know, 30, 40, 50 years worth of Kipwinger spunk on here, so. Well, first thing we're going to do is clean her up, get all the DNA off of there. And then I believe I already bought all the parts we're going to need for this to put it whole again. So hopefully it should be a fairly should be a fairly simple project, but you know how that goes. I'll whip this around. A few people that like to look at codes and stuff. Alright, there's the power transformer. And then we have over here another transformer. Viewfinder, where are you? There you are. Another transformer, and the reverb driver. He doesn't have any codes, but yeah, it's just reverb. And I believe I got all the tubes I need. Bought some new tubes off the old eBay. So yeah, it should be a pretty nice little project. Hopefully I can finish it within the vacation week. So let's stop talking about it and let's get to it. Hey, say hi to YouTube. That's all you got, and he's eating. Alright, so we're 2 minutes in and I've already encountered the first thing that makes you go,
I mean, I do like to wear, you know, lace panties.
The power plug, as you can see here, need Mr. Pointer. Mr. Pointer. Yeah, left-handed. Two of you find it. It's this reconductor cable, and somebody clipped the green conductor, your equipment grounding conductor, but not sure how that operates.
A lot of men don't like that, but I love when a woman snorts.
That's probably just the first of many things that are going to make me go,
We do have in my parents' home a petrified rhinoceros penis.
More to come. It's our favorite tool.
I like dykes. Who doesn't, Ken?
Alright, so I'm inside the Minuteman trying to do some planning here. And where's Mr. Pointer? Looks like there's definitely been some servicing over in this area here. So hopefully that's all okay. We'll find out soon enough. But I'm going to replace these filter caps here. With these Mallory Spragues, whatever they are. They're ancient, that's what they are. So what I'll probably do is I'll use these totem pole terminal strips here, and what's on the other side here? It's the rivets for that. That actually might not be bad. I might drill out those rivets that's holding the transformer. I think that's the output transformer, and just use screws and screw down both the. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's this right here. Pardon me. And just screw down these totem pole terminal strips and the transformer itself. And I'll be able to get 4 of these nice F&Ts installed there. And then maybe over here, I'll get the 5th one right there. Because this has 2 sections, 20 microfarad each at 450 volts. This has 3 sections right here, 20 microfarads at 300 volts. But we spare no expense on this one, and we got 5 F&Ts, 22 micro at 500 volts. So yeah, it should be pretty nice. So I'm going to get to the work on that now. Okay, so a little update here. The Tone Priest is going to take a break and have some dinner. But I'll show you where I'm at. I installed the totem poles over here for the 2 reservoir caps, 22 micros at 500 volts. I think that came out pretty good. Wasn't a whole lot of space, but I made it work. I had to replace that ground wire. But yeah, I think that'll be okay. Then over here we got the other 2 terminal strips installed. Just did a little bit of rewiring over here. There was some wires that there wasn't a whole lot of, Mr. Pointer, they were like dangling like a trapeze line or something, high wire act over here.
Just watching can make you dizzy, but there's no doubt about it, it's the height of entertainment.
So they would have interfered with the installation of the capacitors. So replaced a couple of wires over here, and you can see there the cloth covered wire.
What is that, velvet?
And so we did that, and then it's going to be 3 of these over here. These aren't the F&Ts. These are actually, I did buy some 350 volt ones, so we'll put 3 over here, and that'll be over there. And then yeah, have some pizza, and then we'll come back at it. Stay tuned. Alright, so I was just watching a Brad the Guitarologist video. Basically, Bradley and Uncle Doug have taught me everything I know, along with a few others. I'm sure you know who they are. One guy's got a whole laboratory, but I don't find his stuff to be super helpful for what I do because I don't have a bridge port in my living room. But it's not a knock. If I could, you know, wasn't married, I'd probably have a bridge port in my living room. Anyway, he was mentioning this style of capacitor. They don't hold up very well, so probably have to, before we start energizing the circuit, we'll probably get in there, and it's going to be a pain in the old ball sack. But we'll get this guy out of there. Put something better in there, something newer. Yeah, she is. I'm going to go check the pizza. Okay, pizza's not quite ready yet. So talking about learning about this kind of stuff, I mentioned the guitarologist and Uncle Doug. Basically, those guys have forgotten more than I'll ever know. But other good stuff that we have here, this book right here, this is the Holy Grail. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, get this book. It's about preamps. There's a power amp book as well, which is unavailable. So that's like, you know, going to be a couple $100 to get a copy of that, unless you're extremely lucky. Just got this book. I know it has good reviews. Skimmed through it very quickly. It looks pretty neat. And then this book as well is very good. It's got all sorts of schematics and all sorts of great information. If you keep an eye out on eBay, I got this for like 20 bucks, you know. So don't spend the big bucks on this one, but it's really cool. Let's see if I can open it. I probably shouldn't have put it on the drum stool. You know, they teach you all sorts of stuff. Comes with a CD-ROM. Now I'm wrecking it. Yeah, let's put it up here. Comes with a CD-ROM, but unfortunately the CD-ROM is no longer functional. But it's just full of schematics in the back half of the book. You know, Gibson. Oh, GA-20. How about that? So, good resources. Nothing like a good old book. The internet's great and all, but books are cool too. Technical articles. And then another thing is you can get for free, a free download of a PDF is the train wreck. I forget what it's called, the train wreck pages or something like that. And Rob Robinette did some annotation to that, so download that for sure. That's got a ton of good stuff in it too, especially if you're starting out. Those skinny legs. But, alright, let's see if the pizza's ready. Good morning and welcome back to Redneck Amp Repair. It's a brand new day. After we had the pizza, we had about an 8-hour nap. But we're back at it. As you can see, I got the new filter capacitors all wired up. We got a couple of towers of capacitance. I think that'll work okay. I don't know if you can see all that. Here's the other side. So that should be pretty good. What we're going to do also now is, as discussed, get rid of that guy right there, replace him. Pardon me. And as always, twisting knobs and checking things out. All the knobs seem good except for this knob right here, which is the bass knob on the normal channel. It's a little rough. I already hit it a couple of times with some spunk, and yeah, it's a little rough. We'll see what we can do about that. But the rest of them, some are better than others, but we're going to clean these up anyway, and hopefully all that sorts itself out. But that's where we're at. I think we'll be firing up, you know, in the very near future. So something to look forward to. Alright, so I guess now's as good a time as any to talk about the elephant in the room here, about these Gibson amplifiers from the 60s. This is, I believe, a 65. 65. All the other transformers have 65 on them. So, looking at this capacitor right here, the 2 microfarad 25 volt, and if we look here, these are your 2 output tubes. This is your phase inverter. Alright, and then we have pin 1, 2, 3, which is cathode. So this looks to be a cathode bypass cap, and it's 2 microfarad 25 volt. If we look at our trusty Gibson schematic, pin 3, and we have 5. Oh, perfect. 1K bias resistor, and we look in here. Is that a 1K? I don't think so. So yeah, these schematics are just kind of here to, they're like a Rubik's Cube of schematics. They're all messed up and you gotta figure out what the heck's going on. But what do? Do you go with a 5 or probably a 4.7, which would be probably more available? Or do you go with what they have in here, which is a 2? I'm gonna go with whatever I have in stock, and get that guy out of there, put something else in there. So hang tight. So I removed this capacitor, bypass capacitor, from the circuit and replaced it. I put this on some meters and it was actually fine. I could have left it in there. Kind of wish I did. Kind of a pain in the butt to get it out. Anyway, looking at the circuit board, I found another one, which I'm probably going to leave in for now and see how it sounds and take it as it comes. But again, pink elephants in the room. This is, see if we can get a shot of this. So if we follow this, goes over to V3, pin 9, and we find V3, pin 9, it's not in the schematic. Imagine that. So another big pink red elephant in the room, V4, it's calling for a 6EU7. If we look at the pinout on a 6EU7, the heaters should be on pins 1 and pins 2. So if we look over here, we can get a shot at this. So we're on this guy here. Pin 1 and pin 2, well, yeah, those aren't heaters. The heater wires are white and black. They're actually on pins 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and pin 9. Well, that would be a 12AU7. That would be problematic if you just pulled out the schematic and popped in a 6EU7. That wouldn't sound good at all. But we still get, you know, a horrible sound. Now, I'm certainly not smart enough to figure this crap out myself. Give a shout out to the guitarologist on his video when he did this. He put in the legwork and showed us all the all this wonderful stuff about these 60s Gibson amps. I'll put a link in the wherever. User search function, figured out. But yeah, definitely something to look out for. One of the many pitfalls and snare traps of these awesome Gibson amplifiers. So, moving on.
Time to move along.
Right now I'm installing the new 3-conductor power cord, and to facilitate this I removed the power switch, and it's just kind of a big mess. They had the fuse on the neutral leg, and yeah, this will be a lot better. So that should be done in a minute or two. Got the power switch out and cleaned up for the most part, and doing a little testing. You see there's 2 terminals on the back of the switch here, and it's a 3-position switch, so off, and then you have on, and then another on, but with the polarity reversed. But with the 3 power cord, you know, and the depth cap removed, we're not going to have that. But the way the switch works, it's either position on. It's just going to be the regular on, so that's not going to cause a problem there. So it'll be off and on, all with the same polarity in its new updated state. Wow, this thing is dirty. I need to clean that. But we'll get there. First things first, as they say. Another quick thing, the indicator light is actually a 120 volt light, and it's out of focus. And it gets wired in right with the primary of the transformer, right off the power plug coming out of the wall. So there she is. Hopefully she works, because I don't think I have any of those in stock. So I'm trying to plan this out so I can get everything to work, wire the new power plug correctly, and wire the primary of the power transformer and the indicator light. So the this switch here has two separate, whatever you want to call it, poles. And this is switched, so position 1 it's off, position 2 and 3 you these two terminals get bonded. And then on this one where you see the alligator clamp, this appears to be the common. In position 1 there's no continuity between anything here. Position 2 the common goes to this middle terminal. Position 3 the common goes to this terminal. So what I'll probably do is come in through the wall and then have the indicator light, well, make a jumper come from this side, so when this is in position 2 or 3, have that jumpered over to here, and then I'll have the hot leg of the indicator light on both of these, so no matter, you know, if it's in position 2 or 3, the light will come on. And then over here, all the hots, see if I can find this for you. All the hots were wired to this terminal. On this terminal, I think, and it diffuses on the neutral leg, so that's obviously not what we want to do. So I'm going to have the neutral of the transformer go there, and then the neutral of the 3 conductor power cable go there. And then the usual stuff will come in through the wall, will go in through the back of the fuse, come out of the top of the fuse, then we'll go into the switch, come out of the switch, blah blah blah, you know the drill. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. Baby did a bed thing. You ever pray with all your heart and soul? Alright, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. As discussed earlier, if we look at our trusty Gibson schematic, these tubes have not much, or what these tubes are listed as, have not much to do with reality. V4, they're calling for 6EU7. It's pinned out for a 12A. If I can read a tube data sheet correctly, which that's still to be determined, 12AX7 and a 6EU7 both have an amplification factor of 100. So what we're going to do is put in this nice General Electric 12AX7 into that spot. Before I fire this up, I'm going to be goddamn sure that, you know, we have the appropriate tubes and the appropriate sockets, and then I'll label them, so hopefully that never becomes an issue in the future. But we're getting down to the nitty gritty. I'm going to put the cabinet back together somewhat, so we can run a speaker wire over to the speaker and dial her up. I did clean up all the knobs and jacks. The bass knob was super sticky, and I put some spunk in that earlier, and then I just came back and I spunked up all the knobs, and this guy is like the most freest flowing knob now there is. So you know, big shout out to the Deoxit Fader F5. This is some great stuff. So getting there. Getting there. Oh yeah, one other thing, cleaning up the tube sockets. I'm using the CRC QD, registered trademark electronic cleaner. Giving it a little squirt. I blew out all the dust. There's about 50 years worth of dust in all the little sockets, but giving it a little squirt. And we're taking our tube, just sticking it in, pull it in out a couple of times. Carefully. And yeah, hopefully that'll be good. We'll probably have to break out some contact cement, fix these little things here, and then there's a spot on the back, on the bottom. Wait for my asshole neighbors to drive up the street. There's a bit of peelage on the bottom, piece of Tolex that I'll get some contact cement and push down there. And then this handle, I don't know what I'm going to do about this. I guess learn to sew.
In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to knit.
Can you say that on the internet without getting canceled? Learn to sew. But yeah, we'll get it fixed up nice. So got the speaker over here. Here's the speaker. She looks to be in really good shape for being, let me get out of the shadows here. Looks to be in really good shape for being 56 years old. So, yeah, hopefully this will be a really nice amp when she's all said and done. Here's some codes. Does that mean anything to anyone? Is there any other codes? I don't see any other codes, so there you go. Alright, let's get her doing. We're all gonna miss this guy, that's for sure. He's one of the good ones. Anyway, yeah, this doesn't look sketchy at all, does it? Grab the speaker out of the pile. It appears to be an 8-ohm speaker, 8-ohm pairs speaker, pardon me, which is the same impedance as the correct speaker. About to put fire on this thing, so wish me luck. May the force be with me.
The force is strong in this one.
And, yeah. So far, so good. Oh, here's the pedal. It's pretty sweet, right? Alright, here we go. Insert electrons here. Alright, we're dialing her up on the old Variac. No smoke, no fire. Always a good sign. Got it dialed up to 40 volts. This is where this little screen turns on. 110 milliamps. 4¼ watts. Yeah, this looks pretty good. It's already looking pretty stable. But I'm going to turn this up real slow. Let all the caps reform. The new caps form up. Always a good thing to do. But so far, so good. Hopefully we don't need to call the fire department. Alright, we're about 64 volts and, well, the wattage was climbing. I don't think the tubes are conducting yet, but it's, yeah. I don't know, gonna keep an eye on that. The current's good, but, yeah, let's see what happens. What's the worst that could happen?
New at noon, we now know it was lightning that started a house fire.
Hey, check it out. 65 volts. That's a good sign. Alright, sorry, I got the lights off here so I can look at the tubes. We're at 82 volts. Seems like the wattage and the current, that seems high to me, but I could be wrong. I don't know enough about this shit to really be sure. But, none of the tubes appear to be red plating. Is this tube even burning? These two little guys, can't tell, but I'll check those out. But yeah, oh, hearing some noise out of the speaker. So I'm just going to stop here for a little bit and mess around and see how she does. That looks pretty cool, right? Happy birthday. This is how you throw an amp tech a birthday. These candles right here. Alright, I gotta do this real quick here. What do you Southern boys know about that? When I was whacking on the guitar in the leftmost, or the first, what is that, V7 power tube, I can see arcing inside. The tubes are probably a million years old. They're suspect. I didn't buy those. Those came with this amp, so. But I think we need to do some probing and some readings, make sure all our voltages are good and stuff. But yeah, she's got fire. There they are, all glowing nicely. Super hot. Indicator lamp is working. So that all looks good. She sounds real good. She's making a bit of noise. I think I might go in there and do a little bit of fixing on the wire dress and rewire the heaters so we can eliminate some of that noise. But some of that noise is coming from my Telecaster, which is, you know, an antenna basically. You know, in the bridge position, it'll pick up Spanish radio DJ gibberish. And I'm sitting right next to my computer, so. But still, we'll try and eliminate as much noise as possible. But I think the first thing we're gonna have to do. Might order a couple of tubes, because that first tube right there, it looked like a thunderstorm inside there. Ben Franklin was out with the kite and the key.
It was a warm June evening in 1752, the night of my fateful kite flight.
Mr. Franklin,
Yes.
do you have a girlfriend?
Oh, well, you're very saucy.
So, so far so good. She sounds awesome. Even with this, this cheesy little speaker I got hooked up to it. She sounds fucking great. But, yeah, a little more work to do. But we'll get her done.
Done.